How much do you actually need to buy a private residential property in Singapore? Let's find out. We will be covering three main aspects. The first being the actual funds needed, both in terms of CPF and cash, and the second being the stamp duty that we need to pay, and thirdly, the income required for loan assessment. And all these are actually very important because if we screw it up, we'll either have to fork out more cash or lose our deposit. Before we dive right in, I'm Ivan Chai, one of the co-founders of iQuadrant, and do hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest videos. To set the context, we'll assume that this is a case of a Singapore citizen at the point of buying. It will be the first property, hence meaning there is no additional buyer stamp duty incurred, and we'll also assume that there is no existing home loan. Hence, you'll be able to get the maximum LTV ratio of 75%, meaning that the down payment will only be 25%. Also, when we are talking about taking our first loan, the maximum loan tenure is actually up to 30 years. The first part we want to talk about is affordability. Using a LTV ratio of 75%, the down payment required will be 25%. And one key thing to note about private properties is that you need to fork out at least 5% of the property price in cash. And the remaining 20% can be from your CPF, OA, and on top of this, there will be other miscellaneous fees such as legal fees at around $2,500, valuation fees at about $500 to $600. Not to forget, there are also other costs such as renovation, furnishing, and moving in costs, which will all have to be paid in cash. So the thing is, when we are trying to buy a residential property, make sure that we have a sufficient cash buffer before we even proceed. And the second part about affordability is about stamp duties that we need to pay when we are buying properties. And if we are talking about private residential property, for the first 180,000, right, the amount that we need to pay is actually 1%, and for the next 180,000, it is 2%, and for the next 640,000 is actually 3%, and anything above and beyond that is at 4%. In short, if the property you're buying is at 1 million and below, you can use this shorthand at 3% minus 5,400 as a gauge of the stamp duties. If the property you're buying is above 1 million, you can use 4% minus 15,400 as the gauge of the stamp duties. Therefore, my take on what's happening over here in terms of stamp duty is a move to tax people who are buying more expensive properties, for example, the rich. So, it's actually a good move in terms of balancing out wealth. So when we put all these numbers together, let's look at what is the minimum amount of cash plus CPF that we need. For example, a one-bedroom unit which costs about 800,000 will actually translate to about $200,000 for the down payment, out of which 40,000 have to be in cash and the balance can be in CPF. The stamp duty will work out to be around 3% minus 5,400, which works out to be another 18,600. So you can actually have to set aside $40,000 cash and $178,600 worth of CPF for the property purchase. Do note that in the event that your CPF is not sufficient, the balance have to be paid in cash. By the way guys, if you are learning something from this video, do remember to give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel. The third thing we want to talk about is the loan assessment. The key is for us to find out what is the income required for you to be eligible for the 75% loan. This means that you have to satisfy the 60% total debt and servicing ratio, which uses a stress test interest rate at 3.5%. Just to recap, we'll be using a 30 years loan tenure and there will be no existing debt. Hence, for a one-bedroom unit which costs about 800,000, the income required is about 4,500. And by the way guys, in the future we'll be doing a video on total debt and servicing ratio, so do watch out for that. Therefore, before committing to any property purchase or property investment, especially in the residential market, do plan out the numbers and do not overstretch your cash balance. You will need to have sufficient cash as a safety net for renovations, legal, furniture, fittings, etc. Holding a property is a long-term journey regardless of homestay and investment. So, I'm Ivan Chai. I hope to see you soon. Do remember to subscribe to our channel and I'll see you. Bye!